What you like about the Make-A-Wish Foundation, they can work to a deadline.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back.
We got more comedy for you today. We got a new comedian that we've never done before in Jimmy Carr. This is a recommendation, Riskiest Jokes, Volume 1. I assume there's more than just one. And so if it's good, maybe we can do another one. This is a recommendation, and we've got lots of other comedians, so you know this is a good way to segue into a different comedian. But we've got a lot of different comedians already, and definitely if you enjoy comedy as a whole, check out the other stuff that we got on the channel between Dave Chappelle, we got George Carlin, we got Bill Burr, lots of Bill Burr on there.
Patrice O'Neill.
We got Patrice O'Neill, we got Jim Jeffries, so we've got quite a few
on
the channel. I'm sure even Rodney Dangerfield as well. I'm not sure when that'll be up, but so we got lots of variety, and if you guys enjoy comedy, this is the place to be. With that said, you ready for some Jimmy Carr?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Wetting your bed is embarrassing as a child, but as an adult, wetting a child's bed is mortifying. It's almost impossible to explain that shit away. I bought a rape alarm because I kept on forgetting when to rape people. They're bloody marvellous. When I was a kid, I was scared of the dentist. He was a paedophile. I suppose that begs the question, how many fillings did he give me? Islamic fundamentalist sex dolls. Do they blow themselves up? In Palestinian passports under occupation, do they just put Israel? That joke is only there to test where the Guardian readers are sitting. No further questions, back to the knob gags. I met an incredible girl on the internet. Smart, sexy, uninhibited. Of course, it turned out to be a 12-year-old paraplegic boy. I'll be honest, the sex was disappointing. Oh, I think we've reached a barrier there, haven't we? And we will laugh at that and nothing more. Fair enough. I don't want to make a big deal of this, but I recently adopted a newborn African child. He was just £7, plus postage and packing. That's how they get you. If only they'd put holes in that box. And that is the joke, interestingly, that Richard Curtis said was a bit much for the comic relief gig. When I was younger, I couldn't talk to women because I was hiding in their wardrobes masturbating. I would have totally given it away. You didn't see that coming, did you? Oh, I've written a rom-com. I wanted to tell you about this. I've written a romantic comedy. It's about a guy and a girl. Classic. Yeah? Initially, they hate each other. Classic. But they end up in bed together. Classic. It's called The Rapist. Did you see the story about Gary Glitter? There was a GCSE music question about Gary Glitter. How bad's that? How bad's that? A GCSE music question about a Gary Glitter song. Because if there's one artist you don't want associated with the phrase, shh, turn over, you've got an hour.
Do you know what he's referring to?
No, I was like, who's Gary Glitter?
I don't get that. You guys can let us know in the comments what that one meant. I didn't know.
I should probably leave Glitter alone. He just wants to settle down and have kids. I said to my girlfriend, I said, you want to experiment with a role-play rape fantasy? She said, no! I said, that's the spirit. Rape is such a horrible word, though. It's such a harsh, brutal, awful word. Rape. That's why I prefer to call it a struggle snuggle.
Wow!
You couldn't stay mad at a struggle, Snugglers, could you? Bloody adorable. A lot of people like to smoke cigarettes after sex, but you can't buy cigarettes until you're 16, so I have to get them for both of us. You think it's wrong I'm buying a 15-year-old girl cigarettes? You think it's wrong I'm fucking her? I'm kidding. Kidding does sound like a verb for child abuse, doesn't it? I'm kidding. Are you joking or touching kids? Obviously, it's a family show. I've noticed a thing, I go out to see a lot of comedy shows, and I've noticed a thing, comics tend to do their best stuff right at the end of the gig, and then they leave the audience wanting more. It sounds good, doesn't it? But it doesn't make any sense. Because you, the audience, are left wanting more, and the comedian has fucked off. That doesn't make any sense, so what I'd like to do, because I've given it some thought, I'd like to torpedo this gig with some very unpleasant jokes that will offend and upset you all. Yeah. And then you can all leave thinking, thank fuck that's over. You're welcome. Let's begin. If women are so good at multitasking, is it too much to ask? Tickle my balls while you work the shaft? Half a joke, half public service announcement. I often get asked, are you ever going to get married? I don't think I ever will get married. I mean, you can't get married at 16 without parental consent. And that's not going to happen. They still think she's dead. That's an unfortunate reaction, because that's only there to warm you up for this one. Did you all read that story about the girl that was kidnapped and kept in squalid conditions for 18 years? Did you read that story? Was I the only one that read that story and thought, 18 years in squalid conditions? Have a tidy round. Make a house a home, you lazy bint. Say what you like about the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They can work to a deadline. It's only words, nothing bad's happened. It's not like I've drop-kicked a kitten into an orphan's face. Once, I did that once. And it was fucking funny, but you sort of had to be there. I think I've sorted out the credit crunch. I thought you'd be...
It's funny because with this one, it's definitely like, there's some of them I find really funny, and there's other ones that I'm like, yeah, that's a little too risky for me.
I know, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, but I guess, you know, it's going to be hard to find a balance between the two when you're pushing the envelope as much. I think the ones I find less funny are like the kid jokes.
Yeah.
I think those ones are, you know, but like I said, there's some of them like, oh yeah, it's not too bad, but then there's other ones I'm like, yeah, just not for me.
A little bit too far. Yeah.
I know it's all jokes. I know it's all fun. I know it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But I think also the way I perceive it a little bit is just that there are certain things going on in society today that I don't necessarily agree with, and that I don't think we're protecting kids as much as we should.
Yeah.
So I think that like maybe these jokes back when they were told would be more appropriate.
Yeah.
Right, and this is just my personal opinion. For me, I feel like they're not as appropriate in the current circumstances of society,
given
because
the climate.
I think just, you know, the past few years, my personal opinion is that kids have been thrown to the wayside a little bit. So I'm just, you know, obviously, like I said, I'm getting way too serious in a funny video. I'm just saying that, you know, that's for this video. He's really funny. There's like super hilarious ones in here, but there's also scattered ones. I'm like, trying to balance between the two.
I think also too, because it's a compilation of his riskiest jokes, it's a lot at once. Like if you were actually hearing maybe like his full like show or his bit or something, it wouldn't come across as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely, I think I've sorted out the credit crunch. You know what the problem is with the credit crunch, as I in layman's terms, okay? The trade, the turnover, the cycle of business isn't happening in the way it was because businesses and banks and countries have gone bust and no one trusts each other. So how are we going to repair this? How are we going to get things started again, get that virtuous circle up and running? I'll tell you what we do. We build a World Trade Center. I can see you sat there with your arms crossed thinking that's going to be a fucking big building. We're going to have 2 of them. I saw the chief of the New York City Police on the news. He said, "We will never forget 9/11. I thought, "What's your fucking home? Not your phone number." I do love doing these gigs. I mean, I'm so glad I recorded the DVD in Glasgow, but these gigs, just the fact that everyone sort of shares a sense of humour, that's such a sort of special thing. Everyone appreciates as well. Everyone gets it. Everyone in this room gets the fact it's just jokes. We're just messing around, trying to have a laugh together. It's just messing, you know. These jokes aren't who I am. I mean, in the real world, I'm quite a generous sort of person. So I realise that makes me sound like a dick. But, you know, I'm quite a giving sort of person. I mean, last year I donated a kidney. Yeah. Of course, they wanted to know where I got it from. I know it's still warm. Keep it. I often get asked, someone asked earlier, favourite joke or rudest joke. I got asked in Liverpool last year, someone said favourite pub joke. Someone shouted out at the end of the show. So I thought I'd end by telling you my favourite pub joke. It's quite a rude joke. I think you all knew it was going to be fairly rude. But I'll tell you, and then I'll tell you why I'm telling it. I got asked favourite pub joke in Liverpool, and so I said, I told my favourite pub joke. What's the difference between football and rape? Girls don't like football. That is a textbook response, Glasgow. It's a laugh followed by a ooh. The interesting thing for me is that that's not 2 distinct groups of people. There's not one group laughing and another group going ooh. Those are the same people. That joke makes you a little bit schizophrenic. Because you don't choose what you laugh at. I'm sure many of you have been disgusted at what you've been laughing at this evening. But you don't choose what you laugh at. It's like a reflex. You just laugh. And then another bit of you kicks in and goes, what the fuck are you doing laughing at that? Ooh. So I told it in Liverpool. It got a laugh, and then a ooh, and then there was a pause, and a woman at the back went, I like football. Imagine that being your problem with that joke. She clearly had time to think, well, we all like it rough once in a while. He's got us there. But I also enjoy soccer. Now I'm taking a stand. Well, as I say, it's been a pleasure performing in Glasgow. I mean, the reason we did the DVD here is because it's sort of one of the best gigs of the year. I fucking love it. Thank you so much for coming out. Just a couple of... Just one quick thing before I go. If anyone wants an autograph or to say hello after the show or to get fingered or to have a fight, whatever you would like, I'll be down there in that corner. I'm more than happy to wait as long as it takes. Thank you so much for coming out to see me, and I'll see you all again next year. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers. Good night. Thank you.
Oh, goodness.
I liked Jimmy Carr. That was good. I enjoyed that. I would like to see more Jimmy Carr for sure. I think we'll have to move on to volume 2 if you guys recommend. That's where we head from here. Definitely had some funny jokes in there. I'd say I enjoyed 90% of it. I definitely thought was right on point, and he's obviously got a style about him. Even his image a little bit. It's like I think he plays on that a little bit as well. So I liked his style.
I think his delivery is good too, because it's kind of like light and like, it's not like he's saying these things that could be, taken offensively, but he's not delivering them in an aggressive way. He's just kind of like making fun of it and like laid back, which I like. Yeah,
he's definitely got his own appeal to the way he does his routine. So I enjoyed that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our reaction to it. And if you did, hit that like button for us, leave us a comment, and if you want to come along for the community that we're building here, you can hit that subscribe button and go check out the playlist that's coming up right now.
Yes.
All right, that's it from us today. We'll be back soon.
See you guys in the next one.